So you already kind of saw a lot during the initial setup that I did for the LG G Watch when I unboxed it earlier this morning. And now that Google I/O 2014 is starting to come to a close, I thought I would just give you my experience, my first impressions pretty much of the LG G Watch now that I've used it for maybe around 6 to 8 hours. And I gotta tell you, I really do like it a lot. Now, I will give you this disclaimer that it's obvious that Android Wear is in its almost infancy, really, because it's going to be coming out very soon for the general market. The beta or the testing phase that I am a part of right now will be finishing in the next few days with the final release and a lot of other applications being released around July 7th. So a lot of great applications are going to come out at that point that will add to the functionality. But as far as what I was able to do today, I did think a lot of it was really good. And there are some holes in the functionality that I'm used to in other smartwatches, like say the Pebble, but I think for the most part it does a great job and is a wonderful jumping off point. Essentially, when it comes to just the design itself, the silicone band is really comfortable and I really don't have any problems with it. I do see that it will be able to take some splashes. I was like washing my hands in the washroom earlier, and it really didn't do anything to the band or anything like that. It's easy to clean as a result. It is water resistant, and it will be able to withstand whatever you throw at it. You'll be able to wear this in the shower, for example, and be able to control your phone or your music or whatnot from there. As far as the touch sensitivity on the screen goes, you do seem to have to push a little bit harder. You can't really have a delicate touch, which I will admit I have from time to time with smartphones. You need to have a little bit more than a delicate touch when it comes to the screen, and it won't necessarily be. It's not that it's not responsive. It's just I've had maybe just one or two instances where when I was swiping up and down on the actual screen, it wasn't necessarily as responsive as I wanted it to be. I had to sort of try again, maybe one or two more times, but that only happened a couple times. For the most part, the screen is wonderfully responsive. It is a bright and vibrant screen. It has, it's able to show all of the elements really well, especially with that material design. You have the card in front with the background, and it looks really wonderful. But as far as functionality goes, I have to give them a lot of credit, because when you swipe to the right, or rather to the left to get to the right of the card, you do find from time to time that there's some extra functionality that you didn't expect to be there, and that's really where my enjoyment with this was. The one that I will show you right now is my favorite example, in which I had a Hangouts message from one of my best friends, and when I swiped over to see what I would be able to do, it said reply via Hangouts, and when I clicked on that or pressed on that, I was able to dictate my response, and that was absolutely awesome. I thought that was great. Earlier on, I did lament that I wasn't able to do more than just text people, but it looks like you're able to reply to Hangouts. Now, you're not going to be able to initiate a Hangout via the voice recognition area, but at the very least, you'll be able to reply as they come along. So if you reply, swipe it away, dismiss it, it comes back over, reply, it keeps going like that, and that's perfectly fine. I would like there to be more Google Now voice commands that will be able to perform some of the actions that I wish I would be able to do. Like, for example, I know that if you say, "Okay, Google," then you play music, or say play some music, it will give you an "I'm feeling lucky" station that will give you a lot of music based upon your listening history. And unfortunately, that doesn't necessarily work for me. While I do listen to everything from Michael Bublé to Linkin Park, from the old days, to hip hop, to Nujabes, and to even some EDM from time to time, and I'm getting into jazz. Unfortunately, I listen to hip hop the most, and I end up getting a lot of that instead of what I really want. So I wish there was a way for me to say something like play music, play playlist, thumbs up, just a thumbs up playlist from Google Play Music, or play playlist Gambino, or play playlist John Coltrane. You know, I would be able to do that, and if I have a playlist that's already set up, then it would just play that, and I would be able to do that. If anyone out there knows exactly how to do that in Google Now, if there's a command some saying that I'm just not getting, or I did a Google search and I didn't find it, let me know, and I'll give you a shout out on the review. But aside from that, the other functionality that I feel like is missing is when you swipe over from the music card, swipe over to the left, you have the next and the previous. That's fine and great, but there's no way for you to change the volume of the music that's playing on your phone. And that's a functionality that was already available on the Pebble, which I'm coming from. And it's something that I feel like should be there, but it kind of isn't. And maybe an app of some sort, or maybe just another card will be created for that. I feel like the onus really is on the Google Now team to create more functions, more commands and whatnot in order to make the LG G Watch even more robust than it is already, and I'm sure the developers will be able to do that. The final thing that happened with me, at least in my first impression, was I understand that this is a somewhat beta version of this device, but navigation just didn't work. Okay, Google, navigate to Alamo Square. Well, would you look at that? Well, would you look at that? All right. Well, it's a good thing I did this right after I was going to film just the footage of me making it fail to navigate to Alamo Square from here, but it looks like the update that I just downloaded for Maps, literally the update that came from this morning, was then updated again literally hours ago, and I was able to update it just now, and there you go. Navigation is actually working on the LG G Watch, so I'm a very happy man right now. Take back what I said just a second ago in this video, that Maps was not working, and now it looks like it is. So here we are, we have a card. 13 minutes to destination right there. You could exit navigation, mute the app. That is awesome. And by the way, to the people who were worried that you would have way too many cards available and have to swipe through for literally everything that you want to look at, that is not the case, trust me. Unless you let your notifications get completely out of hand, you are not going to have that much swiping to go through. Only in one instance did I have that problem, and I did have a lot of notifications, but I had to swipe all the way to the bottom to finally get to the music player to hit play again for my paused music. That's the only time that I had that issue. But for the most part, if you just sort of swipe out, if you dismiss all of your notifications and you're pretty good at that, you're going to keep everything really clean, and that's not going to be a problem at all. So really, that's just sort of my first impressions on it. As far as the design, again, goes, I do think it is a comfortable design. It does sit very squarely on my wrist, but the silicone band is very, very comfortable, and really I don't think that there's anything wrong with the actual unit itself on my wrist. All of these smartwatches are going to be large faces. That's just something we're going to have to get used to, at least for this generation of the smartwatch. But all in all, I do enjoy my time with the LG G Watch. I look forward to using it some more, and I'll give you my full review in a little while and really show you, especially after Android Wear hits its full version. You probably won't have to wait for my full review until after these devices actually ship out and all of the applications are in the Google Play Store for everyone to use. So keep it tuned to Android Authority for all of that. Drop us some likes on our videos, subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, and remember that Android Authority is your source for all things Android and Google I/O.